Hi Wildcats, it's Mr. Antonio. I've missed you all so much. I hope that you are staying safe and that you're staying healthy and reading. Today, I'm going to read you one of my favorite stories. It's called The Tooth Fairy Meets El Raton Perez. This book was written by an author that came to visit us last year, and his name is René Colato-Lainez. So, let's get started. The Tooth Fairy Meets El Raton Perez by René Colato-Lainez. Miguelito wiggled and jiggled his loose tooth until one night it fell out. "Yay, mi diente, my tooth," Miguelito said. He put it under his pillow. Soon, Miguelito fell asleep. Far away in her castle, the Tooth Fairy read fan letters, counted coins, and searched for addresses. When she saw a star begin to twinkle in the sky, she rushed for her magic wand. "Fantastic! The signal," she said. "A new tooth." Meanwhile, in his cave, El Raton Perez rolled out his maps, practiced his lasso, and worked on his rocket ship. He looked at the moon and licked his whiskers. Then he saw the moonbeam. Finally, "The signal," he said. "A new diente." "Tap, tap, tap. Here is my tooth." That's the Tooth Fairy going to Miguelito's house. "Creep, creep, leap. Aquí está mi diente." "Eek! A mouse! Wow! Una señorita bonita." "Who are you?" the Tooth Fairy asked. "I am El Raton Perez," he said, bowing. "I collect lost teeth from niños around the world." The Tooth Fairy smiled, shaking her wand. "I am the Tooth Fairy, and here in the United States, I collect children's teeth." She tugged at the tooth. "No, no, no," said El Raton Perez, tugging back. "This is Miguelito's house, and I collected his papa's, mama's, and his abuelito's teeth. Miguelito's tooth is mine." "Es mío, it's mine." The Tooth Fairy grabbed the tooth from one side, and Raton Perez grabbed it from the other. They pulled and they pushed and they pushed and they pulled. "Stop shoving your whiskers in my face. Don't poke me with your funny stick." Whoosh! The tooth flew through the air. "Oh no, the tooth! Ay caramba, el diente!" The Tooth Fairy flew to the closet. "Where is the tooth?" She hopped from hanger to hanger, lighting the way with her magic wand. El Raton Perez rushed to the floor below the dresser. He searched, sniffing from shoe to shoe. "¿Dónde está mi diente?" Suddenly, they saw something sparkling high on a bookshelf. El Raton Perez jumped and pointed. "Mi diente is up there. I will get it." He launched his lasso at the shelf, but the rope was too short. He tried again and again, but it was no use. "Ay caramba, I cannot reach mi diente," El Raton Perez said. The tooth will be mine," cheered the Tooth Fairy. She flew to the shelf and tried to push the books aside, but the books were too heavy. "The space is too narrow for me. I will never reach the tooth," she said, flying back down to sit next to Raton Perez. "It's a beautiful tooth," the Tooth Fairy said, with tears rolling down her face. "Es un bello diente," El Raton Perez agreed, with tears in his whiskers. "I can squeeze into small places, but I cannot crawl up that high." "Wait a minute," the Tooth Fairy said. "Let's rescue our tooth together. I'll carry you up." "See," he said. "Then I'll crawl between the books." El Raton Perez carefully perched on the Tooth Fairy's shoulder. "Hold on," she cried. They flew up to the shelf together. "I see our diente," said El Raton Perez. He helped the Tooth The Tooth Fairy pushed aside the books, then squeezed in triumphantly and pulled out the tooth. Hooray, said the Tooth Fairy. Si, viva, viva, cheered Raton Perez. Let's share, el diente, said Raton Perez. I'm using these dientes to build a rocket ship so I can visit the moon made of cheese. You can come with me, and after our trip, I can use the teeth from the rocket ship to build a sparkling castle, said the Tooth Fairy. Yes, they shouted, dancing around the tooth. The next morning, Miguelito found 2 shiny coins under his pillow with a note that said, "From your amigos forever, the Tooth Fairy and el Raton Perez." Well, that was our story, Wildcats. Thank you so much for reading with me. I hope that you continue to stay safe and healthy. Remember to wash your hands. I love you guys. Take care. Bye.